Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about something that we really need to deal with. Even if we don't say it out loud, we're always thinking it. And what is that? Well, it is, why do we care what people think about us? Why are we so concerned with people's thoughts about us? Why is it? Because we all care. We all care what people think. It's like I'm making this video now and I'm thinking to myself, are people thinking he's an idiot? It's weird, isn't it, that we all care about what other people think of us? But it's interesting, isn't it? And I think if we have a conversation about it, we can understand why it is. So why does it hurt when someone says something bad about you? Why? Why do we feel so small or uncomfortable when someone ignores us? It's mad, isn't it, when you think about it? Why do we sometimes act fake or hold back just to sort of fit in society or fit into a group? You see, it's a very big question, and honestly, it's one of the biggest things that holds people back in their life. So we need to address this very swiftly. So in this video, I want to break it down in a simple way, and I'm going to explain why we care so much and why it affects us so emotionally and deeply, and more importantly, how to stop giving a crap, basically. How can you be yourself fully and completely, and how to stop being afraid of people's opinions and start living your life on your own terms? Well, in this video, you're going to find out. Starting right now. Right, okay, so let's get cracking. Let's start with this. Why do we care about what other people think? It's a big question, isn't it? Here's the truth. It's completely natural, so don't worry about it. We all do it. We all care what people think. You do, I do, everyone does. And what it does, it comes from a very old part of your brain and my brain and everyone else's brain. But you see, back in human history, people survived by being part of a big group. That's how we survived. True? True. So if you were accepted by a group, you were safe. And if you were rejected by a group, you were in danger. So caring about what people think and what others think of us is actually, in the past, helped you to stay alive. That's why you see old gangs, gang culture, and young insecure males, young lads, they're attracted to this gang life and this community. They all want to be part of something. It's like football fans. They can be very obsessed with that group, that organization. It's the same with religious groups. We all want to be part of something bigger than ourselves. But why? Because we feel safe in numbers. We all like being part of something bigger than ourselves. We know this. But if we look at today and the way the world is, things are a lot different than they were back in the jungle. We're not living in caves anymore. We're not going to be thrown out into the wild just because someone doesn't like us. However, the old part of the brain is still there. It's still active, believe it or not. And it still reacts to the same things in the same way as someone gives us a funny look. So I'll give you an example. If I was in Spain once and I was in a bar and there was a guy and I just looked at him funny, but I didn't mean anything by it. I just looked, and then I captured his eye, and he thought I was looking at him funny. And what he did, he kicked off big time. He come up to me, "What are you looking at? Why?" I'm like, "Whoa, I don't. Sorry, mate, I didn't mean it. I was sort of looking over there, and then our eyes crossed path, and you thought I was giving you a dirty look. I don't even know you, mate." And I was trying to explain to him, but he had a few sherbets, and he got emotionally reactive, and he wanted to fight me because the bottom line was, when it got to the truth, he didn't like the way I looked at him. Because it triggered this reptilian part of your brain, the old part of your brain, which we're all affected by because we care what people think. True? It's easy, isn't it? You see, it still reacts the same way when someone gives us a funny look or makes us feel the same reactive emotion if someone says a certain comment to us, or even if somebody ignores us, that can trigger that emotional response in our reptilian brain. Let me explain. The reptilian brain is the oldest part of the brain. It's like the brain, the fight or flight one. We've all got it. That's where that fear is generated, okay? But we'll go into that in another video. But let's get back to this. You like this? You see, it still tells us, that part of the brain, be liked or you're in danger. But the danger isn't real anymore. It's more emotional, not physical. We're not in physical danger. We're in emotional danger. That's why some people, when they've come out of a negative relationship, they don't want to just jump into another relationship. And what do they say? I've been hurt before. But it doesn't mean the other person's going to hurt you. But they've experienced rejection, distrust. They fell in love with someone and that person lied to them in an emotional, mental, or spiritual way. And then it's created that trauma in the brain. So now they're not as excited about jumping into another relationship, because if they do, they felt that feeling before and it felt unsafe. They felt insecure. They felt brokenhearted. Whatever word you want to call it, the reptilian brain took over. They felt rejected because we care what people think of us. And if we're not accepted by people, it upsets us. But don't worry, there's a way around it once you understand how the mind works. And I'm going to show you. Now let's talk about those negative emotional responses that we all have within us. Like I say, I have them as well. Don't worry, I'm human just like you. Why does it sting so much when someone says something about us, or when someone disagrees with us, or when someone just flat out ignores us? Why is it? Why do we have this negative emotion? Well, here is the truth. We all want to feel seen, we want to feel heard, and we want to feel valued. So when someone pushes us in a way or makes us feel small, or our brain then thinks that means that it's something about us, and then the reptilian brain kicks in, meaning I'm in danger, I'm being rejected. It's mad this, isn't it? But it's true. I'll give you an example. What could happen could be something like, when you get rejected, the emotional response or the thought that you're going to have is going to be kind of the same. It could be, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe they're right about me, or maybe I should sort of act different so then I get approval from that person, and then they'll like me, and then I'll be accepted by that group, and then I'll be safe. What that leads to, what that's called, is something called people pleasing. We've all heard of that, haven't we? Have you ever met someone who's a people pleaser? They're always nice, they're always, you're all right, you're all right. They always try and please everyone, but not themselves. Now, people like that come across very needy, and people like that usually get taken advantage of by who? Predators. And what's a predator? Someone who's very insecure, who likes to control someone because they're not in control of their own life. It's psychology. So again, people pleasing, that's when we start acting in ways just to make others feel happy, even if it's not who we really are. You see? An example of that could be something like, we smile when we don't feel like it. We say yes when really we want to say no. We stay quiet when we want to speak out. And over time, we forget who we really are because we're pretending to be someone else in order to try and make someone happy, because our agenda or our outcome is we want to be accepted. Now, when that happens, we feel tired, we feel fake, and we feel stuck. Now, these aren't good for your soul. But here is the thing. You don't have to live like that. There is a way to stop caring what others think without becoming rude or cold. Did you know that? Well, I'm going to show you. You see, you can stay kind, you can be respectful, but still live your truth. And here is how you do it. We'll do it in steps so it's easier to understand. Step number 1 is this: know who you are. Now, what does that mean? That means make time to understand yourself. Now, what does that look like? Well, what do you like? What do you like? Not anyone else. What do you like? What do you believe in? What do you want? You, not anyone else. It's not about anyone else. It's about you. What makes you happy? What turns you on? What motivates you? What gets you excited? Right? It's about you. This is how you learn about yourself. What do you want? It's your life. It's your reality. Stuff everyone else, right? It's you. And this is where it starts. It starts with you. Be selfish. Selfish means I care about myself. That's not a negative thing. Because the more clear you are about you, the less power other people's opinions will have over you, because you know who you are. It's like building a strong wall. If you know who you are, no one can knock you down with just words, because you're made of bloody stone. Step number 2 is this one. You'll like this. It's good. Question the fear. What does that mean? Next time you feel scared of what someone might say, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What is this sensation? What am I afraid of? Question it. Question this fear, this sensation that's consuming you. Question it. Because often enough, it's not the person, it's the fear of being judged. And that's what that sensation is within inside you. But the truth is, people are not thinking about you as much as you think they are, believe me, because they've got their own little lives going on. Like you've got your own little life going on. We're not concerned about other people that much. You put yourself first. You've got your own life, and so have they. But we don't see it like that. We think, oh, they're looking at us, they're judging us, they're watching us, they're making a judgment, they're rejecting us. And this is where it flows. Only in our reptilian brain. But you're going to learn the difference, because this is what I'm getting into, okay? Like I say, people, they're busy with their own problems. Everybody's got problems. So remind yourself, their opinion is just that. It's just an opinion. And I always say to my friends, what you think of me or what anyone thinks about me is none of my business, because it's your opinion. And what I think of you or other people is none of their business, because it's my opinion. It's just an opinion. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mean anything. It's an opinion. Now, if it can be true or it can be false, it can be a fact or non-factual, it doesn't matter. It's still an opinion. It doesn't mean anything. It's just an opinion. So just a thought in someone else's mind doesn't mean anything. Now, when you look at it, then actually it doesn't. Does it really? It's just a thought. They don't pay your wages. They don't pay your mortgage or your rent, right? Someone's thought or opinion about you does not benefit you. So it doesn't matter anyway. You go away, right? Don't even listen to it. It doesn't mean anything. It's like nothingness. It's not even nothingness, because at least out of nothing you can create something. But it's just an opinion. It's just a voice in their mind. But you make it into this big, overwhelming, consuming problem, which can literally paralyze you and stop you from taking action in your life. I'll give you an example, right? I do these videos and some of the comments are really positive, and it's so nice. You know, when people say nice things, and people do say nice things, thank you. I appreciate that, because I'm a human and I care what people think. But then you'll get someone who's insecure and they'll say something negative about me. They'll say, oh, you're a dickhead, or you're stupid, or you're ugly, or you're this, or whatever it is. Now, because I'm a human being, I'm going to have an emotional response to that. And that's what they want. They want me to feel pain, or they wouldn't say painful things. So their intention is to say something negative to make me feel in a low emotional state. Why would they do that? Now, it's because they're hurting. They want me to hurt. And it's a way of control. That's what people do. It's called insecurity. So even though I know all this, it still hurts, because I'm a reactive person, because I'm a human. If someone says something horrible to me, I'm going to emotionally react to it. So I'm in a predicament. Do I read my comments? Do I turn them off? But I want to engage with people who make comments, because you're taking the time out to say lovely things. But then you'll get the odd insecure person who will say a horrible thing. even though their opinion doesn't matter because they're not adding anything, they're just slating it. But we still have that emotional reaction to it. True, isn't it? So, what you've got to do, how the brain works and how your brain works, every time you act just to please someone else, you give them power over your life. So, I'll give you an example. If you want to do something and you really want to do it, and then someone says, you won't be able to do that, you could never do that. You've got two options. You can go, maybe you're right, maybe they're right, I'll just not do it. So now they've got power over your life. But what if you said, I don't care what you say, I'm doing it anyway. Now you've got power over your life. So it's your life. Take the power back. It's your life. It's not theirs. You don't tell them what to do. They just shouldn't have to tell you what to do. Even if they've got an opinion, it doesn't matter. Thanks for your opinion, but no thanks, unless it's a constructive, positive one. So start doing things like this because it helps you. And you'll sort of tap into something inside you, which is you, the real you, not the ego you, not that spinning voice in your head. What you should do is wear what you want to wear. Say what you think. When I say think, say what you believe. Don't upset anyone, right? Don't go out to hurt someone. But if you believe something, then say it. And do what lights up you inside, what gets you excited, what motivates you. Express yourself, because the opposite of expression is suppression. And where does suppression lead to? Depression. Where does depression lead to? Disease. Where does disease lead to? Death. So you want to go the opposite way, don't you? You want to express yourself. This is not selfish in the sense that, oh, you're only thinking of yourself. You're not. You're putting yourself first, meaning you care about how you feel. That's being authentic. Another one is number 4. You like this? Learn to be okay with not being liked. Now that's hard, that, isn't it? Now let me repeat that one because it's very important. Learn to be okay with not being liked. That means if someone doesn't like you, I'm all right with that. Learn to be okay with it. If you can do that, you watch what happens. Now, fair enough, this is a tough one, but it's also very powerful. Not everyone will like you, and that is okay because it's their opinion. But just think about it. You don't like everyone either. If I said to you, do you like everyone? The truth is, you don't. There's some people you like, some people you don't like. And that's okay. You don't like everyone. And not everybody likes you, and not everybody likes me. Some people think I'm annoying. Some people will gain stuff from me. Some people like me. Some people dislike me. Same with you. If I met you, would I like you or would I dislike you? I'll like you if you're authentic, kind-hearted, open, respectful, easygoing. People like that. I really like people like that. I don't care what you look like. I care who you are. If you don't like everyone, which no one likes everyone, that doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. And when you accept that not everyone will vibe with you, you feel yourself, and it's very easy to be yourself, because you say, do you know what? I'm all right. I like me. I'm okay. This is who I am. I'm okay with it. And you've got to practice it. And the right people, the right ones who genuinely do matter, will show up in your life. That's how it works. People like people who are like them. Positive people, who do they hang about with? Negative people? No, they hang about with positive people. Rich people hang about with rich people. YouTubers hang about with YouTubers. Intelligence hangs about with intelligence. Stupidness hangs about with stupidness. Trolls hang about with trolls. And it's all the same thing, isn't it? People like people who are like them. Step number 5 is build self-trust. You see, confidence doesn't come from being perfect, because nobody is perfect. And if you want to blame anyone for that, blame Adam and Eve. Confidence comes from showing up again and again and knowing that you've got your own mind back. That's what confidence is. Confidence is not competence. Confidence is, I know who I am and I'm okay with that, and your opinion doesn't have any influence over that because I know who I am. That's confidence. And you can do that. Dead easy. Be yourself, know yourself, act yourself, learn about yourself, and just become yourself. And it's difficult because most of us aren't used to doing it. We're used to being concerned what other people think, but we're changing the game. We're turning it around. So keep promises to yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate small wins. Like if you've achieved something, even if it's small, celebrate it. Could be anything. Say you went on a diet and you stuck to it for half a day. Well done, I've done half a day. Hey, I've started. Okay, don't reward yourself at the end of the week. Reward yourself now, no matter what it is. If you go out in public and you're on your own and you smile at a stranger, after you've done it, pat yourself on the back. Well done. Reward yourself. Because if you reward yourself, your subconscious listens. And once your subconscious listens, you'll start changing the paradigm. And if you don't know what a paradigm is, it's a habitual way of thinking, which we all do, because we're influenced by external stimuli. In other words, we care what people think of us, which we've gone over before. But let's move on. Talk to yourself like you would a best friend. So if you've got someone you genuinely care about and you really love this person, right? Do you treat yourself in the same way? That means that internal voice that you're talking to yourself, is it positive or negative? Is it loving or is it hatred? And usually it's patronizing, condescending and hateful and hurtful. Probably your own worst enemy, but you need to change the game. You have to learn to love yourself and say, do you know what? You're all right, you're all right. Even if you don't agree with it at some sort of level because you're used to telling yourself a negative story, you've got to practice, haven't you? You've got to change the program. That's all it is. The key thing is to remember that you don't need permission to be yourself. You just need to believe you're allowed to take up space in this world because you're a human being. You've got the right to be here. No one is above you and you're above no one. Remember that. Right, so final thoughts on this one is caring what others think about you is perfectly normal. So yeah, you do care what people think and that's normal. So don't try and resist it or fight against it because you're fighting a losing battle. Because what do they say? What you resistance. So what you resist persists. So the more you push against it, you're actually pulling it towards you. So don't just accept it. Yeah, I care what people think, but yeah, you like that, don't you? But you don't have to let it run your life. You don't need to shrink yourself to make others feel comfortable. And that's what most of us do. We make ourselves feel small and put them on a pedestal. Don't do it. Don't. You don't need to fake it to be accepted. The most powerful thing, and this is true, the most powerful thing that you can be is what? You guessed it, yourself. So start today. I'm going to say start today, start right now, literally right now. Now, not in 10 minutes. Do it now, right now. Start today, right this second. Be bold. If you don't know how to be bold, practice, pretend. Make some sort of effort for change. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always got. Nothing changes unless you change it. So be bold, be kind, be honest, and be real. And live your life as the full version of you, not this filtered, watered down version. And remember, you don't need to be liked by everyone. Just be true to you, because the truth is that is where your real power lives. I hope you enjoyed this video and I've not waffled on for too long, and it's going to be interesting to listen to the comments because I'm going to look at these. If you don't comment on this video, look at the people who have commented, because it'll tell you a lot about them. So if they say something positive or kind, or they ask nice questions, or they add value to this video, then you can sort of, okay. But there'll be other people that say something negative and read the comment and look at them and you go, okay, and you see it. Now the trolls might not comment now because now the spotlight's on them. But again, trolls like attention, don't they? Because they don't get enough of it. But either way, until next time, that's life. That's how it works. I hope you've learned something. And until the next time, I will see you very soon.